Alright, so today we're going graphing standard form, and let's just make sure my computer has a mask on. We don't want it to get a computer virus. My computer has one on here. But today I want you to be able to graph again, but there's different ways that things are written. Yesterday you probably learned a little bit about this. Slope-intercept form, y equals mx plus b, and it's normally the slope is first when it's written this way. Well, today it might be a little backwards because we have to solve it first. So today's goal is this, standard form. Everything you get that's written like this, we have to solve it and flip and rewrite it into slope-intercept form. So what we're going to do is solve it by getting the y by itself on a side. So you see where ax is, 4 represents the A, 2 represents the B. This is standard form. So we're just going to move x over, move the y over, or divide by y, and we're done. So we're going to start off with an example here. So I'm wanting y'all to take notes, so call it standard form. And at any point in time, you can pause the video, let them copy things down, and rewatch it as need be. But this is notes, call it standard form. So here's your first example. 2x plus 3y equals 12. And you can hit pause. So I've highlighted what we want to get by itself. So to get the 3y by itself, we need to get rid of the 2x. So I'm going to minus 2x, minus 2x. Over here, they're not the same. So they're not like terms, so I just then rewrite it beside it. So here's where people will mess up. 3y equals 12 minus 2x. Well, we got to divide by 3 because that'll make the 3y become 1y. But you divide everything by 3, every term, okay? And then we get this. 12 divided by 4 or 3 is 4. So we're going to look at it. You can see the y equals, but it's not the slope first, it's the y-intercept. The slope's over here because x is where the slope is. So what I want you to do in your note is like I did over here. I want you to write down slope and what it is. I want you to write down the y-intercept and what it is. I will check this that you get it written in the note. I want all this. You don't have to graph it. I'm just going to start off by reviewing with a graph. So if the y-intercept is 4, you'll go over here on your y-axis, up and down to 4. Up top at 4, put a dot. The slope is negative, so it should be going down 2 and right 3. Again, I'm not drawing that, but I'm telling you it's down 2, right 3. So you started at your y-intercept at 4, down 2, right 3. Alright, so we've changed it from standard form to slope-intercept, so we can graph it. Next example, negative 4x plus 2y equals 30. I hope that's looking right in the video. Okay, you've copied it, add 4x. Good first move, I like it. Okay, so now we have that over there. We're going to divide by the number with y, so divide everything by 2. All the terms get divided by 2. And then we have, this is our answer. One thing to remember is 4/6 can be simplified to 2/3. So I showed it over there on the side. Next example, again you can pause this anytime. I'm going to go pretty quick. Getting the y by itself, so minus 8x, because that's a positive 8x. That's why I highlighted that. Now we have this, divide by the negative 4. Negative and a negative makes it a positive. And there we have, again, right beside this, the slope and the y-intercept. State what they are. So if we go through this again, you'll notice there's 2 steps is all you got to do. Add or subtract the x to move it across. Divide by the coefficient with the y value. And you're in slope-intercept form. Same 2 steps every time, or less. Like, look at my last example here. This last example is a good one because we don't have to do as much work. Well, second to last example. There's the y, to move the x over, plus x. Hey, it's in slope-intercept form. So what is the slope in this one? 1, because x is 1. So start at 10, and we're going up 1 over 1. My last example, it's the one that sometimes gets people, they kind of forget a sign. We all know we do that, I do too. So in this example, first step, minus 3x, good job, I knew you'd say it out loud, good job. And then we're at this stage. So here's where people tend to kind of think they're done or they forget the negative. So we're going to divide by a negative 1 because that's negative 1y. We want to know what positive y is. So we'll divide everything by negative 1. Changes all your signs, which is really what that means. Just change all your signs and now you have it. So again, this whole week, all I want you to do is graph. There'll be another video tomorrow. There's 3 forms in graphing. There's slope-intercept, standard, and another one called point-slope. There's a video on it. It's not a major thing. This is the main two because we need to graph inequalities. So being really good at this, going from here to here and having to be able to graph it is essential to our TCAP EOCs.